Juve side on Gambia Armed Forces, starting with Mfansu Mane in goal, Rashidou Ba, Gumbo Toure, Abdoulaye Diouf, Se Omar Jallo, Idrissa Sonko, Lassana Jaaju, Pa Farah Gomez, Mohamed Djibore, Baboucar Sanyang and Pa Aliou Sane, completing the 11 for the boys in blue. And already that's a foul. Last signal by central referee Mohamed Marigo. It is currently 1-1 at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, live on LSTV1 and also on the official Facebook page of Fortune Football Club. Fortune led in the first half and Abdoulaye Diouf got the game to parity for the Gambia Armed Forces. It's a strong one from team captain. Headed out partly. Another opportunity. Ibu Sanyang. Sanyang looking for options. Spreading it forward to Mustafa Jallo. Mustafa Jallo currently leading the line. Mustafa on the far side, glancing header. Ibu Sanyang. Ibu Sanyang protested. Central referee waved in for a play on. It's an opportunity for the army. Ibu Sanyang around the center circle. This is Seni Jata. Seni will switch the play from the center to the right side of the defense, or from the right side of the attack for Fortune Football Club. Getting it quickly. Adama Kante to Salifou Jaaju, floating it down. It's a brilliant second half at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and that's an offside. It's a brilliant second half, great second half from the Box Bar Mini Stadium between Fortune and Gambia Armed Forces. Fortune scored in the first half. It's a great control and tone. Mohamed Jallo. Jallo Mohamed once again. Trying to unlock the defense. Mohamed Jallo strikes. Headed down. Salifou Jaaju. Back to Seni Jata. Seni to Ibu Sanyang. Bakari BCC. Abdoulaye Tamba. Tamba Abdoulaye going solo. Abdoulaye dispossessed. It's now the turn of Abdoulaye Diouf. That's an infringement. That's a foul for Fortune Football Club. Has been a brilliant first half and great second half already from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Fortune 1, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mustafa Jallo scored for Fortune. Abdoulaye Diouf got the equalizer for the army. Bakari BCC floats that, decently caught out by the central defender, of course, for the Gambia Armed Forces. And the central defender for the army is Mohamed Djibori. That is Mustafa Mohamed Jallo. Mohamed dropping it down. Clearance coming from Djibori once again. And it's a lively second half. Great second period. Bakari BC not a very good connection. And it's going to be an opportunity for the army to deliver. Team captain Idrissa Sonko. Idrissa Sonko will get that through in. Idrissa Sonko with a long one. It is the army once again. Floats that ball forward. Caught out by Salifou Jaaju. Sambujang Toure any moment from now will be introduced. Who is coming out? We have to wait. And Aliou Badji will also be introduced for the army. Aliou Badji will be introduced for the Gambia Armed Forces. Already it is 1-1. Abdoulaye Tamba, dribble pass one, looking for more around the center circle. And Abdoulaye Rasul, Seni Jata to Ibu Sanyang. Ibu strike! What an effort. And that was definitely very close for Fortune Football Club. to get this second, and Ibu's attempt sealed over the crossbar. Sambujang Ture any moment from now will be introduced. Who is coming out? We have to wait. Who is coming off? We have to wait. Ferdinand Jata is coming off. Ferdinand Jata is coming off and will be replaced by Sambujang Ture, central defender. Ferdinand off. Sambujang introduced. It's Fortune 1, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Vansumane, the goalkeeper, to deliver. Gambia Armed Forces battling for survival. Fortune Football Club hoping to finish second in this year's GFF Men's Division 1. Bakari BC with a strong header. Mustafa Jallo to chase. It's a strong header. Jallo Mustafa now. And that's an offside. That's an offside from an offside position. Aliu Baji will be introduced. And any moment from now, you're going to see the emergence of Aliu Baji. Aliu has to wait. Idrissa Sonko seems to be the candidate. And clearance coming from Sambujang Ture, the newly introduced player, Adama Kante, dropping it down. Sambujang heading it down. It is an opportunity for the army. And the final touch is going to be a throw in. Aliu Baji is coming in and will replace team captain Idrissa Sonko. Idrissa Sonko, team captain, is coming out. And Idrissa Sonko is coming out. And Abdullah Juve scored his 10th league goal. He is the current leading goal scorer for the Gambia Armed Forces. Aliu Baji. It's still Fortune 1, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Sirifo Dabo, team captain, to Sambujang Ture. Around the center, Seni Jata spreading it wide. Bakari BC trying to reconnect the run of Mohamed Jallo. Jallo Mohamed, tricky and pacey. Back to Bakari BC. Bakari lost possession. It's an opportunity for the army. Rashidu Ba floating it forward. Salifu Jaju up against Lasana Jaju is now the team captain. Abdullah Juve penalized by the flag of the assistant referee. It's a long one. It's a long and high one. It's an opportunity. Glancing header. Ibu Sanyang is Fortune Football Club, and Fortune will have the opportunity to benefit from a set piece at a great position. Who is going to strike that? Ibu Sanyang is complaining bitterly, and Alasana Jaju is now the team captain, and it's going to be an opportunity for Fortune. The Gambia Armed Forces also having 3 of its players warming up on the other end of the box bar mini stadium. Serif Samba, the former national team player, is the head coach for the army. Salum Kujabi is his assistant. Jane Juve on the touchline for Fortune. Mustafa Jaju is his assistant. Fortune Football Club hoping to finish second, whilst Gambia Armed Forces battling for survival. Battling for survival in this year's GFF Men's Division 1. Ibu Sanyang currently on the ball. Adama Kante and Ibu Sanyang, who is going to deliver. Ibu strikes, and this time into the gloves of the goalkeeper. Ibu Sanyang to Seni Jata. Is that going to be an opportunity for Fortune? On the final touch, the central defender Pa Aliu Sane just there in time to cut that ball out for the Army. Is an opportunity for Fortune Football Club to deliver the corner. It's a delivery. It's a header into the bottom corner, and that's the second goal for Mustafa Jallo rather. That's the second goal for Mustafa Jallo, and Mustafa Jallo got the second for Fortune Football Club, and Gambia Armed Forces trailed by 2-1 once again, and Mustafa Jallo with the second. That was indeed a great delivery on Mustafa Jallo. Walked home to get the second goal for the Petroleum boys, and it is currently 2-1 Fortune. Fortune 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mustafa Jallo broke the deadlock in the first half. Abdullah Juf got the equalizer for the Army, and Mustafa Jallo once again heading it down to give Fortune Football Club the advantage. 2-1 is the current score from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Fortune hoping to finish second, whilst the Army currently battling for survival in this year's GFF Men's Division 1. The Gambia Armed Forces currently trailed by 2-1 against Fortune Football Club. Seni Jata up against Abdullah Juf. Abdullah dribbled past one, looking for more around the edge of the 18. Floats that ball forward. Adama Kante with a timely clearance. It's of course a moment. It's a moment at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the top flight of Gambian football. Match day 29 between Fortune and Gambia Armed Forces. Mohamed Jallo around the age of the 18, trying to dribble past a group of players, looking for options. Launches that ball forward, and this is Adama Kante. Ibu Sanyang around the area. Clearance partly done. Mohamed Jallo regained possession. Jallo Mohamed to Bakari BC. Fortune enjoying moment. Seni Jata dropping it down to Sirifo Dabo. Sirifo to Ibu Sanyang. Ibu lost possession. Gambia Armed Forces will launch. Caught out by Sirifo Dabo. Around the center circle. Fortune enjoying every moment. Sambujang Toure to Mohamed Jallo. Mohamed Jallo lost possession. Lasana Jaju to Rasidu Ba. Rasidu floating it forward. Caught out by Sirifo Dabo. Fortune Football Club enjoying every moment at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Leading by 2-1 and currently enjoying possession. Seni Jata back to Sambujang. It's currently 2-1 in Fortune's favor. And the initial fixture played between Fortune and Gambia Armed Forces ended on the same score line, but advantage Gambia Armed Forces in the game played at the Bakau Mini Stadium. And here at the Box Bar, it's currently Fortune 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mustafa Jallo scored the first goal before Abdullahi Diouf getting the game to parity. And Mustafa Jallo once again getting the second goal for Fortune Football Club this afternoon at the box bar. And it is currently Fortune 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Fortune dressed in their colorful white shirts and white socks under the guidance of head coach Jane Juve, having the assistance of Mustafa Jaju. And of course the Army dressed in blue shirts, blue swords and blue socks. Now playing from our right to left. It is Mustafa Jallo. And Jallo has already scored a brace and looking for a hat trick. It's going to be double substitution any moment from now. It's going to be double substitution. Double substitution. Tumani Kamara is one of those players to be injected any moment from now. And Tumani Kamara will be injected any moment from now for the Gambia Armed Forces. The team trailed by a goal to nil and the Army battling for survival. Currently 14th on the GFF Men's Division 1 table. Only above Banjul United and Marimo Parkford. It's Abdullah Diouf on the far side and the flag of the assistant referee is already up. And Abdullah Diouf has scored his 9 league goals. 9 league goals rather at the Box Bar Mini Stadium against Fortune. And Abdullah scored in the initial game. In the 2-1 victory for the Army in Bakau, he scored the second goal and scored the only goal for the Army this afternoon in the current 2-1 scoreline against Fortune FC. It's a double substitution. Rasidu Ba is off. Pafara Gomez is also off. Tumani Kamara introduced. And Lamin Fadera introduced. Of course, we have seen Tumani Kamara playing in the Nawetan here for Makasutu Football Club in last year's Brikama Soma Nawetan before joining the Gambia Armed Forces. One of the newest entrants for the Army. The Army trailed by a goal to nil against Fortune Football Club. Salifu Jaju, Tumani Kamara against Sirifo Dabo. And the final touch. Final touch on Sirifo. It's a throw in for the boys in blue. The Gambia Armed Forces battling for survival in the GFF Men's Division 1. It's another opportunity for the Army around the area. Strong head Abdullah Tamba around the edge of the 18. This time Mohamed Jallo dropping it down on some defensive options. Mohamed Jallo, Fortune Football Club. Mustafa Jallo scored the brace. 2-1 is the current advantage. Glancing header from centre forward who came on as a substitute, Aliu Baji for the Army. Alajim Balo. Abdullah Diouf. Abdullah is spreading it wide. Tumani Kamara looking for options. Tumani strikes. That was definitely a great opportunity. Great opportunity for the Army, but squandered. Fortune on the far side, trying to chasing it down. Lamin Fadera is one of the newest players introduced by the Gambia Armed Forces. Lost possession to Fortune Football Club. Bakari Bisise lost possession. Lasana Jaju strike. Caught out partly. Seni Jata. The clearance and ball being cleared desperately. It is Fortune Football Club. Ibu Sanyang to Mohamed Jallo. It's an opportunity. Ball being taken forward. And the flag is already up and up against Aliou Badji. Aliou Badji currently leading the line since his introduction in the very first minutes of the second period at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. The Army trailed by a goal to nil against Fortune at the Box Bar. In the last fixture in Bakau, the Army won 2-1 against Fortune. Mustafa Jallo, who has already scored a brace in this contest, is currently looking for his third. Sini Jata looking for options, spreading it wide to Abdullahi Tamba. Tamba Abdullahi to Bakari BCC, back to Tamba Abdullahi. Fortune enjoying possession from the left side to the right hand side, trying to reconnect the run of Adama Kante. The Army lost possession. That's a great tackle. That's a great tackle coming from Salifu Jaju on Abdullahi Juve. And you could hear the claps and cheers. And it seems head coach Jane Juve has received his final warning from Marigo. And Marigo is the referee, having the assistance of Mvali Jaju, Aliou Badji and Fatou Ngom, the fourth assistant referee from the Theatre Box Bar Mini Stadium in March day 29 of the GFF Men's Division 1. It's GFF Men's Division 1, just a match to go. Fortune Football Club will be playing its final game of the 2024-25 GFF Men's Division 1 with a clash against Banjul United at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, whilst Gambia Armed Forces will wrap up the season with a fixture against struggling Marimo Park Food. And Marimo, currently rock bottom on the table with 22 points, will face the Gambia Armed Forces in the last match of the GFF Men's Division 1. That's going to be March day 30. Fortune Football Club will be back at the Box Bar Mini Stadium to face Banjul United. Fortune 1 or Fortune 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1, Abdullahi Tamba. And Fortune in this year's GFF Men's Division 1 played 28 matches. This is the 29th fixture. Mfansu Mane. The flag of the assistant referee stayed down, and that's a save. Salifu Jaju dropping it down to Adama Kante. Adama lost possession. Lasana Jaju. Salifu Dabo. That's a great blocking. What a game. What a moment at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the GFF Men's Division 1. And it's a throw-in. Currently, Fortune Football Club having two of its players warming up. Jane Juve. It's a glancing header around the area. Lamin Fadera. Ball being caught out by Adama Abdullahi Tamba. Adama Kante going solo for Fortune FC. Looking for Ibu Sanyang. Ibu, the current leading goal scorer for Fortune. Number 8 on his back, and he has already scored 8 goals this season. It's going to be another substitution any moment. Nebosanyang, 8 on his back and has already scored 8 goals this season. Seni Jata. to Bakary B. Cisse. Mohamed Jallo to Bakary B. Cisse. Seni Jata pulling the strings in the heart of midfield for Fortune. Spreading it wide. Bakary B. Cisse. Back to Seni Jata. Seni surge forward. Any moment from now, we're going to see the emergence of another player. Lamin Cisse will surely be introduced. Lamin Cisse will be introduced any moment from now. Fortune Football Club 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1, Mohamed Jallo Rasul, and rewarded by central referee Mohamed Marigo. Marigo Mohamed. Lamin Cisse to be introduced any moment from now. Number 8, Cisse for the Army. Mohamed Jallo going solo, looking for options. Around the age of the 18, spreading it wide to Adama Kante. Salifu Jajo with a decent one. Mustafa Jallo. That was another opportunity, but before that, the flag of the assistant referee. The flag of the assistant referee is already up and already up for against Mustafa. And Lamin Cisse will be introduced any moment from now. Time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces. Fortune enjoying the 2-1 advantage. Mustafa Jallo broke the deadlock in the first period. Abdoulaye Diouf got the game to parity in the very first minutes of the second period before Mustafa Jallo getting his second to give the advantage. Partly cleared, Abdoulaye Tamba. Desperately cleared by Bakary B. Cisse. Abdoulaye Diouf. Mustafa Jallo will chase. It's going to be a battle. Can Mustafa get that? Mustafa. Adama Kante strike. And that's a great save by the goalkeeper Mfansu Mane. And that seems to be... And that's a yellow card. Salum Kujabi. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card for Salum Kujabi, the assistant head coach for the Gambia Armed Forces. Coming from Mohamed Marigo, the central referee. That was definitely a great strike coming from Adama Kante. And Adama Kante's effort is been saved by the custodian. Lamin Cisse is coming in. Lasana Jaju is off. Abdoulaye Diouf is now the team captain. Lamin Cisse introduced. 8 on his back. Lamin Cisse. Abdoulaye Diouf is the team captain now for the Army. Abdoulaye Diouf, who scored the only goal for the Gambia Armed Forces against Fortune Football Club. Time running out. Abdoulaye Tamba to Salifu Jaju. Salifu to Adama Kante. Fortune enjoying possession and also leading by 2-1 against Gambia Armed Forces. Salifu Jaju chipping it forward for Adama Kante. Adama now trying to reconnect the advancing players. And that's a great one. And cleared. Abdoulaye Diouf. Diouf around the edge. Can he get something from this? Abdoulaye Diouf. Applause coming from the Fortune supporters whenever Ibu Sanyang touched the ball. Mohamed Jallo around the area. Can he get the third goal? Dribble pass one. Around the area, Mustafa Jallo should have capitalized to get his third goal. But unfortunately, blocked in there decently. That was definitely blocked in there. decently by the defenders of the Gambia Armed Forces. Adama Kante is currently down. And time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces. Trailed by 2-1. Fortune Football Club in the last 5 matches defeated Marimo Park Food 1-0 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Drew 2-2 against Steve Biko in Basori. And defeated Hawks at the Boxbar Mini Stadium by 1-0. Drew 2-all against champions Real de Banjul in Basori. And this afternoon up against the Gambia Armed Forces. Currently leading by 2-1. And the Army in the last 5 matches. Won 2-0 against Hawks. Lost 2-1 to Falcons. Drew 0-0 against Gambian Dodge Lions. Lost 3-2 to Steve Biko. And they have game against Marimo Park Food being postponed. And that's going to be the final match of the GFF Men's Division 1. Of course, GFF Men's Division 1 last game for the Gambia Armed Forces. Abdullah Diouf, the team captain. Back to the central defender. Abdullah Diouf. To Mohamed Djibori. Djibori dropping it down. On the left side of the defense, Gumbo Toure. It's Tumani Kamara who came on as a substitute. The Gambia Armed Forces enjoying possession in the opposition half. Currently trailed by 2-1 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. That's a foul. That's a foul and Abdullah Diouf is currently down. Abdullah Diouf is currently down. And he is currently down injured. Alpha Omar Sow will be introduced for Fortune any moment from now. Delivery, long and high one. Aliou Paji with the final touch. Time running out. Time running out for the Army. And the Gambia Armed Forces wouldn't want Banjul United to get a victory anymore, and wouldn't also want Marimo Park Food to secure any victory for them to possibly have the chance to be above the two. But the Gambia Armed Forces currently trail 2-1. Alpha Omar Sow will be introduced and will replace Adama Kante. Claps coming from the supporters of the traveling Fortune Football Club. It is currently 2-1 in their favor. Alpha Omar is one of the youngest, if not the youngest players for the Fortune side. And Alpha Omar Sow is introduced in the final moments. And the final moments at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Great atmosphere. In March day 29 of the GFF Men's Division 1. Mustafa Jallo with already a brace. This is Mohamed Jallo. Mohamed Rasul. Nothing given by the central referee. It's a long and high one. From an offside position, Mustafa Jallo penalized. It's an opportunity for the Army. Time running out for Gambia Armed Forces. Any moment from now, we might be seeing the additional time. How many minutes will be added on? How many of the minutes will be added on? Custodian Fansumane. Long and high one. Caught out by Sirifo Dabo. Abdullah Tamba. Decently executed. Mohamed Jallo on the far side. And already the flag is up. Gambia Armed Forces trail. Fortune enjoying this slender advantage. 2-1 is the current score. Ibu Sanyang chesting it down to Mustafa Jallo. Not a very good control from Seni Jata on the far side. And it is currently battle for supremacy And of course, battle for survival. Abdullah Juve around the edge. Can he get something? Cleared by Salifu Jaju. Fortune 2, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mohamed Jibore switching the play from the left to the right. Bakari B. Sise. Mohamed Jallo going solo. Tricky and Pese. Having some step overs. Spreading it wide to Ibu Sanyang. Ibu has already scored 8 this season. Alpha Omar Sow. Alpha Omar Sow trying to go solo. Lamin Fadera. That's another throw. Abdullah Juve. Time running out. Time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces. And Gambia Armed Forces trail. Bakari B. Sise to Mohamed Jallo. Mohamed going solo. Looking for options. Still Mohamed Jallo. Around the edge. Jallo dropping it down for Ibu Sanyang. Caught out partly by the Gambia Armed Forces. To Mani Kamara. Ibu Sanyang regain possession. Back to Bakari B. Sise. Fortune enjoying possession. Leading by 2 goals to 1 at the box bar. Mustafa Jallo with both goals for the Petroleum Boys. Abdullah Juve with the only goal for the Gambia Armed Forces. Bakari B. Sise on the far side. Is that going to be another goal? Ibu Sanyang. Ibu Sanyang into the back of the net. And that is his 9th league goal. And a strike and a goal for Ibu Sanyang. And that's the 3rd goal for the Petroleum Boys and Fortune Football Club. Leading by 3 goals to 0. That was indeed a great run. Great run coming from Bakari B. Sise, and Bakari B. Sise only had the chance to roll the ball to the advancing Ibu Sanyang, who fired home to get the 3rd for Fortune Football Club. That's 9th league goal for Ibu. And Ibu Sanyang is still the leading goal scorer for Fortune Football Club. And he has already bagged his 9th league goal for the Petroleum Boys. Fortune 3, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mustafa Jallo with a brace. Ibu Sanyang with the order. 3-1 is the current score. And the last fixture, Gambia Armed Forces defeated Fortune 2-1 at the Bakau Mini Stadium. And here at the Box Bar Mini Stadium is currently Fortune 3, Gambia Armed Forces 1. And in the last 5 matches before this fixture, Fortune won 2. Drawn 2 against the Army, and the Gambia Armed Forces won 1. It's Abdullah Juve who got the only goal for the Army, trying to go solo, and Abdullah being brought down. Aliu Pachi around the edge. Can the Army pull one back? Currently it is 3-1. Time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces. That's a corner on the far side at the Democracy end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. What a run. What an assist from Bakari B. Sise. Bakari B. Sise had all the chances to go solo. Had an incredible run on the far side. After that decent pass from forward Mohamed Jallo. Mohamed lead that ball forward to Bakari B. Sise, who dribbled past one and rolled the ball to the advancing Ibu Sanyang for Ibu to fire home. And Ibu scored his 9th league goal. And Ibu Sanyang is the current leading goal scorer for Fortune Football Club, and Abdullah Juve has scored his 10th league goal. It's double substitution for the Petroleum Boys. It's a set piece for Gambia Armed Forces. It's a strike And Alajim Paulo guarding that ball of the area. A delivery from central defender Mohamed Jibori. 88 minutes on the clock. Any moment from now, we'll be seeing the additional minutes from the fourth assistant referee, Fatungom. And Singate will be introduced any moment. It's going to be double substitution for the Petroleum boys. And Fortune enjoying every moment, leading by 3-1 against Gambia Armed Forces at the box bar. Mustafa Jallo is coming off. Kausu Singate is one of the players introduced. Seni Jata is also taking off.
Okay, Alpha, trap Comunio. Alpha, Sirigo. Ablay. Sirigo,
Adama Sidibe and Singate introduced. Kausu Singate and Adama Sidibe around the edge. This time Aliu Bache. Aliu still struggling, trying to get something. Ibu Sanyang with the clearance. Five minutes added on. 5 minutes for Fortune to hold on. And 5 minutes for the Gambia Armed Forces to score. Not only to score, but need to score twice to get this game to parity, or else it's going to be another defeat. It's going to be another defeat for the army, who are currently battling for survival. Alpha Omar Sow. Back to Salifu Chaju. Sirifo Dabo. Sirifo back to the custodian, the goalkeeper. And that's a decent clearance. Aliu Baje. Aliu strike. That was Aliu Baje. And the shot wasn't a great one. And the ball was blocked in there by the netminder Alhaji Mpalo. It's 3-1 Fortune FC against Gambia Armed Forces. That's going to get the goalkeeper on the way into the gloves of the custodian Fansumane. 5 minutes added on, and we are now into stoppage time. Around the center circle, Ibu Sanyang. Of course, if there is any player to be voted for Fortune Football Club Player of the Season, will undoubtedly be Ibu Sanyang. On the far side is Mohamed Jallo, who has been a nuisance for the Gambia Armed Forces. Bakari BCC to Ibu Sanyang. Of course, one of the player of the season contender as far as GFF Men's Division 1 Player of the Season is concerned. This is Kausu Singate, dropping it down to Alpha Omar Sow. Alpha Omar Sow around the edge. Alpha Omar strikes into the gloves of the goalkeeper Fansumane. That was indeed a decent run from Alpha Omar. And the goalkeeper equal to it. Lamin Cisse came on as a substitute. The Army trailed by 3-1 against Fortune FC at the box bar. At the Bakau Mini Stadium in the last fixture, the Army won 2-1. On the far side, Abdullah Juve, who scored the only goal for Gambia Armed Forces, and he's the leading goal scorer for the Army. Around the edge, Tumani Kamara. Back to Lamin Cisse, caught out by Kausu Singate. It's an opportunity for Fortune FC, dressed in all white. Alpha Omar Sow, Alpha dropping it forward. Adama Sidibe spreading it wide and trying to reconnect the run of Mohamed Jallo. And Mohamed Jallo couldn't have a torch. And it's the Army in blue. Tumani Kamara. Tumani as a substitute. On the far side, the flag is up. Time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces, who are currently battling for survival. The Army battling for survival, while Fortune hoping to secure second spot. And Fortune currently in pole position to finish second as far as GFF Men's Division 1 is concerned, and will play the final match, of course, at home to the struggling Banjul United, who are currently 15th on the table, only above Marimo Parkfoot. On the table standing is already champions Real de Banjul, leading with 56 points, and will be playing Brikama United tomorrow. Falcons or Fortune on second with 48. Falcons on third with 45 points. BST Galaxy fourth with 41. Brikama United fifth with 40. Steve Biko sixth with 40 points. Heart FC seventh with 40 points. Bombarda 8 with 39. Hawks on 9th position with 39 points. TMT 10th with 35. Team Rhino 11 with 32. Gambian Dutch Lion is 12th with 31 points. 13th is Greater Tomorrow on 28 points. Gambia Armed Forces 14 with 28. Banjul United 15 with 24, and Marimo Parkfoot Rock Bottom with 22 points. Time running out for the Gambia Armed Forces. A set piece at a great position. Busy technical area for Gafa Jenjuf, and also Serif Samba, who is indeed a former national player. It's a set piece for the Gambia Armed Forces, who is going to deliver. Currently having a player on the ball. Pa Aliou Sane is one of the players on the ball for the Army, dressed in their colorful blue colors. Gambia Armed Forces 1, Fortune 3. Mustafa Jallo broke the deadlock in the first half. Got the second in the second period. Abdoulaye Diouf, of course, got the equalizer to get the game 1-1 in the second half, before Mustafa Jallo getting his second for Fortune Football Club, and Ibu Sanya wrapping it up to get the 3-1 advantage, and it is still game on. Advantage the Army. Giant wall assembled by Fortune Football Club. It's going to be a delivery. Paleo strike way over the crossbar. We didn't trouble the goalkeeper. And time running out. And running out for the Army. Any moment from now, the central referee will solely be getting us the final whistle. Mohamed Marigo is the referee. Mfwali Jaju Ali Ubaji are the assistants. And Fatou Ngom is the fourth assistant referee. Time running out. And definitely running out for the Gambia Armed Forces, and there we go. It is full time, and full time at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and it ended. Fortune 3, Gambia Armed Forces 1, and it's another defeat for the Army, a side that is currently battling for survival. Will Gambia Armed Forces be able to maintain their spot in the top flight remains the biggest question. But currently, above Banjul United and Marimo Parkfoot, and currently the Army are 4 points away from the drop zone, and currently being defeated by Fortune Football Club, who are hoping to finish on second position. And Fortune FC from this contest will now have 51 points, and will be 51 points after 29 matches, and Fortune will be hoping to secure second spot as far as this year's GFF Men's Division 1 is concerned. And Abdoulaye Diouf is currently down. He must be disappointed. Gambia Armed Forces needs to do something. They definitely need to do something. Gambia Armed Forces 4 points away from the drop zone, and it has just ended. Fortune 3, Gambia Armed Forces 1. Mustafa Jallo broke the deadlock in the first half before Abdoulaye Diouf get up at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Of course, it has been Lamin Fatih at the commentary cabin for LSTV, and also on the official Facebook page of Fortune Football Club. Osman Kamara behind camera operations. Until then, this is where we're going to say bye-bye. Bye-bye from the Box Bar Mini Stadium till we come your way again.